Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. My name is Chris Elliott with Remax Action Real Estate. Another video in the COVID-19 pandemic series. Today I've got a very, very special guest, my beautiful hot wife, Miss Aly Elliott. I almost called you Alyssa Berry, which is her maiden name. But sweetheart, I appreciate you taking the time out. I mean, I kind of made you, but what we wanted to talk about today, I think a lot of folks have, just with life slowing down a little bit, maybe this is a good opportunity to get a little more health conscious in what they eat. And sweetheart, you've always done an amazing job of not only making meals for the family, but making healthy meals for the family and making good and tasty meals that are healthy for the family. So we wanted to bring you on as the expert in this category today. And let's go through three things. Let's talk about, because obviously it all starts at the grocery store, because if you're buying good stuff at the store, it's kind of easy to make healthy meals. So let's talk about what you try to do there. Let's talk about what you try to make on any given meal and kind of how we structure meals, what we try to, the main categories we try to get in there. And then let's talk about maybe some just simple cooking techniques that you can leave the folks with. So first and foremost, thank you, sweetheart.
Ooh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. It's good to see everybody as well.
And it's just us in front of a webcam, so there's nobody to see right now, but she'll see you later. All right, sweetheart. Talk to the good people that you can't see, starting at the grocery store. Tell us, what do you try to do there?
So just first and foremost, I'm not pretending to be a chef or a home chef of that fact. I'm just doing something that we enjoy. I enjoy doing it every day, and I do most days. I do every day of the week, but for a very long time, I've cooked and gotten to the kitchen, and I really like it. It's fun. It's a creative outlet for me. So that being said, these, I'm
glad you shared that. These
tips are just my tips, and you could try it out and see if it will work for you if you're so inclined. But what was the question?
Crank her up, let her go. All right. So talk to me when we're buying groceries, dear. Okay. What do we try to do there? What's your formula there?
Yeah, so especially with today, you're not going to be able to find all your groceries that you are wanting because of short supply and just because of the COVID-19 outbreak and all that. So what you're probably going to want to do is stick to some basics. So what we do is we buy try to buy in bulk chicken breasts. We do pork or beef. Mostly our diet consists of chicken products.
Chicken thighs, chicken breasts, ground chicken, chicken toothpaste, chicken mouthwash.
And we do like to
chicken stew.
We do like to put some fish. Some fish in there as well.
Chicken, beef, pork. Chicken, beef, pork. Chicken, beef, pork. All right. So we're going to have to edit this. All right. So when you're so first and foremost, do you go on let's put the pandemic aside. Let's just assume that we're going to apply this once we get out of this. Do you go into the grocery store? Are you doing an online service?
So what I like to do, I do the Kroger click list, which is just a drive up and pick up thing, which is great for me with kids right now. We don't have to deal with being in the stores. And
you've got kids?
Hilarious. So we don't have to deal with any of that right now. So yeah, I put my order in. I do it once a week. I try to put as much basics on there as I can, whether I get it or not. My big tip is to probably, instead of trying to follow a recipe right now and get the things on the within the recipe, do it the opposite. Get your basics and then try to find a recipe if you want to follow a recipe that matches that. And the recipes don't have to be. You don't have to stick to it completely word for word either. That's where some of the creativity juices come in. So pour a glass of wine and put some music on or your favorite station and just relax and enjoy the process. That's the time when the kids run around if they're not helping me in the kitchen and just making a mess. And I enjoy it. I think it's a win-win, and it's a fun process for everybody. Charlotte, our daughter, likes to help with cutting vegetables, and she tries whatever she can to help out when I'm cooking every night. And it's a fun process. We start like early. We start at 4:30 or so, and it's just an activity that we do every day. So yeah, so back to the question is like, make sure that you are getting a variety of different meats and different fresh vegetables, and then of course your staples, your pantry staples as well is always good because you can keep those for a long time and you can do a lot of different varieties with it as well.
But correct me if I'm wrong, try to stay in the outer loop of the grocery store.
Right. That's the healthiest part, is in the outer loop of the grocery store, the perimeter of the store. That's where all your fresh meat and your produce and your dairy will all be around that area. So those are known to be the healthiest options if you're trying to stay healthy, and to try to minimize the inner aisles as much as you can. That being said, we're not perfect either. We try to not have as much many carbohydrates personally between Chris and I for dinner time these days. The kids still do, so they'll have our dinner plus something fun for them.
I feel like we don't need a starch. We don't need as many carbohydrates. We don't need a dedicated carbohydrate.
And many of you guys don't know, but when we got married 5 years ago, we were eating a lot of all that.
We were very chunky.
Yeah, we kind of got a little bit chunky throughout that. And I think once Charlotte was born, we decided to just make a simple change of cutting out the carbohydrates with dinner times. We still have carbohydrates for breakfast and lunch, but just that simple change of cutting it out at dinner has really done us good, and we have slimmed down a bit.
Cut out a lot of alcohol too.
We did cut out a lot of alcohol. That's a bummer, but we're better for it, I guess.
That's what they tell you. All right, so stick to the outer perimeter of the grocery store. Load up on your lean meats, your vegetables. As far as give the folks some techniques regarding cooking. That's the thing. Everybody's like, hey, I'm not a cook. I always like one thing you told me that stuck with me is if you can follow a recipe, you can cook. But what are some basics, even if let's put recipes aside.
Yeah.
What are just some basic things that you can do?
I've always think it drives me personally crazy when people say that they don't have enough time to put a cooked dinner on. I promise you, it takes longer to order a meal on whatever and have it delivered than it is to stick something in the oven. And it's cost effective. It's not that expensive. So that we need to get rid of that excuse for sure. So keep it simple. Like I said, just, put a piece of meat. Some chicken breasts is our favorite. You can do so much with chicken breasts and change up the seasonings and change up how you prepare it. If you want to butterfly it open and put it in the oven that way, or if you want to put anything different on it, you can. And roast it cut up some vegetables and roast it all at the same time, one sheet pan. Those are typically today, right now with the kids, those are my favorite meals. They're just on 1 or 2 sheet pans. We stick in the oven. They cook at the same temperature because, you don't want to be messing with 2 different oven temperatures, and just make it easy. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really thankful because this guy doesn't care. He is very, he loves everything. There's nothing that I've cooked ever that he says that he doesn't like. And
been a couple things, but not many.
And they're just simple things, good ingredients and fresh foods, and simple is better.
So let me break this down for you guys, because she mentioned this. This is a super simple one dish meal.
One
so
pan
get yourself a cookie sheet. Don't put cookies on it yet. Get yourself a cookie sheet. Get some aluminum foil. Put that on the top.
Or parchment paper.
If you're really crunchy, you can do parchment paper. Get some olive oil spray it down on the bottom. You don't need it with the parchment paper, right? Okay. Get you as many vegetables as you want: broccoli, squash, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, green, anything you want. Line the cookie sheet with cut up vegetables, and then put your chicken breast, just slap right on top. Salt, pepper the whole thing. Drizzle olive oil on the whole thing. Stick it in the oven, 350 for.
That's the flexibility part of it. Sometimes we'll do.
Just give them a time that's safe.
I would do 3 for chicken breast, 350 for 45 minutes.
There you go.
40, 45 minutes.
There you
That's
go.
pretty safe.
And that is
And it'll cook your vegetables, it'll roast them, and they'll be crisp and tender and delicious, and it's all in one bowl.
and that's a super simple, and you can do that with a lot of meats.
Yeah, with a lot of different meats.
Yeah.
We love that to do with pork too. Pork loin's really good with that, and it's just really very easy. So that's a quick go-to meal, you know. That being said, I do like to follow recipes sometimes and do like one new recipe a week, or, you know, before the pandemic anyhow.
But you don't even need to, if you just
No.
want to cook a healthy meal and
Yeah.
you don't want to be, you know.
Or slice up some sweet potatoes with it and throw that into the vegetable mix.
Those take a while to cook though.
Well, if it's at, you know, it'll cook through with at 45 minutes or so.
Yeah. So that's a super simple meal. And that's, how much do you think that meal cost?
Oh man,
Super cheap.
Yeah, I'd say like $2 a person or so. Like it probably
With
isn't.
everything? That cheap?
I would say it's
With
probably that
vegetables
cheap.
and everything?
I would say. I mean, I've never done the math, but it's $2 or $3 a person. It's much cheaper than you can get at any takeout place. I promise you that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a whole lot healthier.
Yeah. Especially if you buy things in bulk, and you know, and those vegetables, they really aren't that expensive if you buy in season too. You know, think about all that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a super simple meal. It's healthy. It's good. Tastes good. You know, you can get fancy with the seasonings and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where your flavor comes from. But
yeah, we have a big pantry full of different seasonings that we use regularly. You know, and take it. You know, we can go to a different part of the world and experience that, and it's just really fun. It's a good time.
Fly to a different part of the world
Just by using different seasonings. It's a good time.
But even if you don't want to do that, just salt, pepper, olive oil.
Yeah, you know, our favorite though has been seasoned salt and seasoned pepper lately with our roasted vegetables. That's good.
Yeah.
Or steak. My mom likes the steak seasoning on roasted vegetables, so that's good too.
Yeah. All right. So I feel like we gave them some good.
Yeah.
What else do you want to leave the fun people with? We're getting up to that 15-minute mark.
You know, I say just more than anything, just try to have fun with it and try not to, you know, plan what you can. So I'll bring home, when I get my groceries, I will wash everything, all my produce, and lay it all out and get everything you know, put in bags or whatever you would like to store it in. And then I look at my expiration dates on my meats, and then write out each day of like what my meat's going to be of that day.
You're scaring the people now.
No, I mean, I'm just organized. Like that, you know, there's no surprise. I'm a little type A when it comes to life in general. That's why he loves me.
That's right. That's right.
But I like to be organized, and, you know, looking at the expiration dates on the meats, it's a good idea because you obviously want to use the one that's going to go first.
What word of encouragement would you leave somebody with if they're just starting on this journey? Obviously, if somebody's already got this down, maybe this wasn't as valuable, but for somebody just getting going, what word of encouragement would you leave them with as they start to
allow yourself to have plenty of time first? You know, you don't want to be 6 o'clock with a starving kids and a starving husband, and, you know, to be everybody be hangry.
Be hungry.
Yeah. Pour yourself a drink if you so wish, and just put some music on and enjoy yourself, and just start easy. You know, like we said, the sheet pans, you know, there's lots of different things out there recipe wise that you can do that are just simple, few ingredients, and don't look at recipes word for word. If there's something that you don't have in a recipe, leave it out. Or something you don't like, if you don't like olives or jalapenos. Unless you're baking, and I'm not a baker because I don't like to follow those directions, and that's evident. But, you know, just try not to be intimidated by the process, and keep an open mind, and feed it to your kids and your husband, and keep it moving.
Your dog, your cat,
yeah,
whoever you got at the house. So,
yeah. And if at the very least you'll enjoy it, so go for it.
All right, sweetheart. Well, I appreciate it. Hope you guys found some value in this. If there's something else you guys would like us to talk about, let us know. But hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you on the next video.